Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy. In today's message, I'm going to ask you a question. The question is going to be, which student is going to pass a test? This video was inspired by what I've been seeing over this past weekend and over the past weeks from some in particular students. I'm not going to name any in particular students that are currently coming in, but I want to kind of give you the bird's eye view of how I view things. And maybe you can pick up, because I want you to be the student that passes the test the first time, right? So we're going to talk about student A, right? So student A is a student who when they signed up, they're extremely committed. They knew what they wanted to get a CDL for. They wanted to make sure that they were ready to rock and roll for their kids, and they were extremely motivated, right? So that's student A. Student B itself was actually a student who didn't really know what he wanted to get a CDL license for, but he knew that his life wasn't right and he didn't know what the next direction was going to be, but he knew that he had to do something different. He had to commit himself to something different if he wanted his life to change, right? So student A, knowing what exactly he's going for, he did all this research, which makes him a little bit more cocky in the whole process. The student A coming in, I look at him saying, wow, this guy's going to be a fantastic student. He's committed. He knows exactly what he wants. He has done his research, right? Student B didn't really do his research, but he knows that the pain that he has in his life right now is definitely something that he is not willing to go with. So he is committed himself to do something different. All right, so just off that, which student do you think is going to be successful? So you guys are probably going off of student A because he has done more research and he's committed. But let's move on to the next part. So both students have actually signed up for the training program and they started training. The first 2 days or so, everybody's okay. Everybody shows up and everybody kind of goes through the motions. And it's kind of like starting something new. You're just kind of seeing how things work and you're getting used to how the process works. Student A and student B, they both showed up for the first 2 days, no big deal, right? Student A starts actually because of all his research that he did, he starts kind of slowing down. He says, hey, I already did this research. I've been studying this stuff for a very long time. In class, he's the guy who's really not paying attention. He's talking to everybody around. Student B is actually somebody who's more quiet, but he's actually going in. He's doing the research. He's actually putting the time into work. And he, again, is starting from a lower level than student A was, but he's willing to actually put in the work and commit himself, right? So these two students both signed up for our guaranteed training program. So anyway, we're going to guarantee that they pass and get their test, right? There's going to be 160 hours of training, so they're going to go through the whole program. Halfway through, student A feels like this is just extremely easy. This guy starts leaving early. This guy starts coming in late. Student B, of course, is quiet, but he's the guy who's actually doing everything that we're telling him to do. Student A thinks that he's smarter than the process. Student B thinks that, hey, I really don't know what's going on. I'm just going to listen and I'm going to trust. So student B is actually the one showing up every single day, leaving on time, showing up on time, and doing everything that he has to do. So I'm guessing you know exactly how it's working out. Student A eventually starts skipping some days. Student B is committed every single day. They go for their test on the same exact day. One guy fails, one guy passes. Which one's which? Of course, the guy who's committed, right? So student B is the guy that passed. Student A is the guy that failed. For the simple fact is, it does not matter what you're like when you're going into a situation. It matters how you commit yourself when you're in the situation itself, right? So just because you did a whole bunch of research, you already got your permit, your uncle, your brother, your mother, they've all have truck driver license, so you kind of been around it before. Those are the people who sometimes come on in and they are more relaxed because they think it's going to be a much easier process, right? People who are coming in here with no experience whatsoever, they know that they have to change their life and they're going to be committed to changing their life. Those are the people who actually show up, trust the process, and get everything going. Sometimes it's easier just to have one teacher. What do I mean by that? Student A, he had a whole bunch of teachers going on with all the research that he was having. So and then all that confusion was happening in his mind. Hey, should I listen to this one? Should I listen to Driving Academy? But I saw this one YouTube video before. Or my uncle told me this, who's been driving for 20 years and doesn't really know how to pass the road test now. Or student B had no experience whatsoever. He followed our process, our train process to ready to rock and roll, and he actually wound up passing the test. So the message for you is sometimes an open mind too wide is no good, right? So you want to make sure that you're zoning in, see exactly what you're looking for, and stay committed to who has the best benefit of making sure that you pass, right? If you're just watching YouTube videos out there, there's some that are really good like this one, or there's others out there that might not serve you the best. So I do caution you on that. If you do need more information, maybe you want some more hands-on training, and these YouTube videos that we're pushing out aren't doing it for you, give us a call, 908-525-3609. We'll definitely be willing to help you out. We want to turn you into student B and passing your test the first time. Now, of course, student A did get his license. After he failed the first time, he was like, oh shit, I definitely got to get back on my game. So we give him some refresher training as part of his guaranteed training package. He didn't pay anything extra. We took him for the test the second time, and he wound up passing the second time. But student B actually got his license first. He started working first, which means he started making more money first than student A. So it all depends on you. It does not matter where you're coming from, what kind of experience you have. Most of our successful students has never driven a truck before, and they wind up passing the test the first time as long as they stay committed. So even though it's a sunny day outside or the babe wants you to stay home, if this is something that you committed and paid for, make sure you walk it through the end and just follow our process. We want to make sure that you pass the first time, and if you follow our process, you'll definitely get there. So if you have some more questions or you want to get yourself a license here at Driving Academy, give us a call, 908-525-3609, or visit the website below, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, that's cdldrivingacademy.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and let's get you on your road to freedom.